Um, Something really quick that I want to go ahead and discuss with you guys is the purpose of twin flame connections, okay? A lot of navigating these connections and the experiences that you have in these connections is understanding the purpose of the connection. It's a lot easier for us to handle and navigate through anything that we have an understanding of when we understand the purpose of it, okay? And so there's a couple things that we really need to understand when we're looking at what purpose these connections serve. And the very first thing would be to understand that the twin flame connection is not about romance. This is about you, okay? I think that this is the hardest concept for many people to grasp and understand. It's so easy for us to, because we have these constructs of relationships and love, a lot of times the only basis and foundation we have for understanding love and connection is relationship, romantic relationship, okay? And because of that, that's where a lot of people get tripped up in the connections. You're trying to take something that is beyond that concept and you're not expanding your mind beyond that concept of relationship and romance to you'd have to open your mind to the possibility of something new, a new concept and a new idea. These connections are not about romance, they're about you, okay? They do serve a spiritual purpose. One thing that'll really help us in understanding that is understanding that the whole idea of the romantic love story that most people fall into when they experience a twin flame connection is based on fairy tale. Okay, so you have to realize that we've grown up in a society and world that gives us these fairy tales. Okay, so from a very early age, we hear these stories of these love stories, Beauty and the Beast. Um, Then we have, Romeo and Juliet, all of these different stories that it gives us a restriction in our mind. It gives us this fantasy, this fairy tale, okay? When we're not content within ourselves, we need these types of fairy tales, okay? And we have to understand that we're not consciously aware of it, the idea and concept of these fairy tales can have an impact and influence on how we're perceiving the twin flame connection and how we're perceiving connections with others. Because a lot of us subconsciously have this desire for this fairy tale, okay, which can prevent us from going through the experiences that we need to go through within the connection to actually bring forth that fairy tale, okay? Because true love and a pure love, harmonious type of connection with another person is something that requires a lot of us. And that's what we don't realize. We don't realize who we have to be, who we have to become, how many things we have to change within ourselves to be capable of such a love and such a connection. And this connection is bringing that about for you, even the false twin connection. Okay, so it's really not about, you will get through these connections a lot better and a lot easier and with a lot less stress when you understand that the connection is about a process that is supposed to be occurring within you. It is a process for you to break out of the restrictions in your mind on love and what love is, for you to adopt new concepts, for you to grow as a person, for you to look at things within yourself that maybe you had not looked at before, okay? And then you have to understand that nothing can push you. The reason we have these connections happening at the rate that they're happening is because there's nothing that can push you like love. Okay. For a lot of us, without these connections and experiences, we would never look at the things we need to look at. It's that pain and that longing for this other person that pushes us beyond our limits, that pushes us to actually have to consider new things, new perceptions, think in new ways. And that is a part of the purpose of these connections. So we have to understand that soul connections are also soul agreements. So you and this person had an agreement before the physical reality. There's a soul to soul agreement that you would help each other, okay? Learn these lessons and get through these things that you wanted to get through. And that is the reason that your twin flame is always going to act in a way that is best for your soul, not best for how you feel and your emotions, but it's what you needed. You don't need a person to message you back if you're not to a place within yourself that you're able to express your love without needing someone to respond back or give that back to you, because that's actually still an issue within yourself. Okay. So that's something that we need, that we really need to understand. And you have to also understand that this connection is there to be a mirror for you. Okay. So when people say that the other person, they're waiting on the other person to get some things together, and once that person gets these things together, then they can be together, you're missing the point. Because if they're your mirror, because you'll turn around at the same time and say, this person is you. Well, if this person is you and they're not together, then neither are you. Okay. So if there's separation, there's still more work that needs to occur within you. There's still things you're not seeing. Okay. So rather than stay stuck thinking that it's just this other person that has adjustments to make, understand the purpose of the connection and use it for its purpose, which is your growth. Okay. You're without this person because you still need them. And you don't want to need anybody, so if for some of you that's what it is, but regardless, whatever your situation or circumstance is within your connection, if there's a separation, there's still more growth to be had, is the point. So you want to really begin to focus inward when it comes to these connections, because I can tell you the truth, focusing outward and everything you're doing outwardly without looking at the adjustments you need to make within yourself is not going to work anyway. Okay. So you can do that and waste as much time as you like. That's your choice, but it's not going to get you anywhere. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is give you the information that is actually going to help you progress towards what it is that you desire. Okay. So I do that in my readings. I do that in these videos. Also, I recommend, if my work resonates with you, I really recommend that you pledge on Patreon, because the group of people that are pledging on there, I'm going to be guiding and giving information through the readings, because there's twin flame readings that come out on Patreon, and I'm going to be guiding people towards these lessons. So everything I'm talking about here, you will get the deeper meaning of those things within those readings, within the commentary, everything that's needed at the time. Because what I've done is allowed the universe to use me for those specific groups of people who feel led intuitively that they should be a part of that group. If you feel led intuitively that you need more help, that you need more guidance, that you feel a nudge to go ahead and join the Love Club, support me on Patreon, and you'll get more guidance along the way to begin to operate in these connections with their intended purpose, okay, so that you're getting what you need to get. So if you're in that group and there's messages that the universe is trying to get across to you but has been unable to do so, you may get it there, because I am opening myself and embracing that role with the universe in allowing myself to be used to help you get those messages, because what I truly desire is for everybody to have and be the love that they truly are and that they deserve. Okay. So thank you guys so very much. The link will be below to go ahead and join the Love Club. I recommend that you join the Love Club. And the link for that will be below. You can do it for just $1 a month and you get readings for that dollar, okay? You will get a reading every month. A general reading will be put up for twin flames and the twin flame energies within for just the $1 a month, okay? So thank you guys so much. The links to work with me, do readings with me, all of that good stuff is below. And subscribe if you haven't already, okay? So thank you guys so much. Bye.